Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Nguma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all a stock that just broke out and looks really good, and why you should keep it on your watch list. And I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions for those of y'all who dropped the stocks of interest in the comment section of our last video, right after the intro. Alright, y'all, before we begin again, do not forget to annihilate the like button on your way in, alright? And also do not forget to subscribe if you are new. So let's get started. During my last video, I told you guys to be watchful of the market. It was at exactly right over here at 42.78. And my price target before that was 42.80, and it breached through that on that same day exactly, right? And it just kept going up. It's almost at the next price target of 42.20. It's only $5 away, right? It was choppy. It was a big challenge in between, but it's almost there. Again, I told y'all the trend will be up, and I am still bullish on the market. And I honestly think that we can get to 42.20 within the next few hours. Like overnight, you're probably gonna wake up and it's probably gonna be there. So yeah, just keep your eyes out for that. And when it does get there, again, don't be too greedy, especially for those of y'all who bought spike calls after I made that video. You should be up substantially. So yeah, that's for the overall market. Now, the stock that all of you should be keeping in your watch list for tomorrow, that stock is OCRL. All right, Oracle. And the reason why I want to share this one with all of you is because if we go on here to the one and we zoom in right there, you can clearly see that there is a flag that broke out. It's very clean, like very clean. All right, it broke out this morning. It held its gains, and it's up after hours. A lot of people got scared over here, but it really doesn't matter. I think it's gonna open up at 80, and I think that it's gonna run all the way up to like 81, maybe even like 81.50ish before consolidating some more. So somewhere over here would be nice. The contracts are like super cheap, and also the delta pays a lot. So definitely keep Oracle in your watches. They got beaten down after earnings, and it's trying to recover. This one is a growth stock, and I really like it. Every time it drops, again, dip buyers love it. They buy it up. Like what happened over here during the previous earnings is pretty much exactly what's happening over here during this earnings. All right, who knows what's gonna happen in the next earnings? Maybe it might have an opposite outcome in the next like 2 months or 2.5 months during their next earnings over here. But for now, again, it follows the same thing. It's very easy. It's very simple. Keep this one on your watch list, and if it behaves, then y'all should be getting paid quite a lot of money on this one. So yeah, so that's for that stock. Now let's talk about you guys' stocks of interest. The very first one that we're going to be talking about in this video, somebody in the comment section asked about PLTR. All right, and PLTR, this one was doing quite well. Again, it was just uptrending slowly, steadily, all the way up to 27.50, and then as soon as it got there, it immediately like gave up all of its gains. All right, and yeah, as soon as it did, and now it's going all the way down here. I want to see this thing drop to $24 first. Like before you consider it for a bit by $24. If it can get there and hold, then that is a good spot to like get back in if you were savvy to like get out here, especially after seeing that bearish engulfing candle, right? And you wanted to get back in at the low. $24 is a good spot, and then over there we might see this little rebound, and then more consolidation, and then a continuation back to the overall direction of where it's trying to go. All right, it's still trying to recover from these lows. It's doing a good job at that, and this is just a minor pullback along the way. Long term, not bearish on it. Short term, yeah, I wanted to go a little lower to $24. So that's my very honest opinion of PLTR. Now the next one that somebody asked about was SOFI. SOFI. or SOFI, depends on how you want to say it. This one was it doesn't have much history on the chart. It's been quite good. It's been quite bullish throughout this entire time. Do I like it? There is I think I like it. I do like it. What I want to see is I want to see short sellers trapped. Like if I don't see short sellers trapped over here, then this may not be a good opportunity or may not be a good buy. But I do want to see short sellers being trapped, meaning that I want to see the stock open up at $20 tomorrow or on Monday and then push up higher immediately, right? Then when I see that, then we know exactly that, hey, short sellers are trapped. This is kind of like an island gap reversal, right? And we want this thing to keep climbing all the way back up to 2750. So yeah, overall, not a bad chart, not a bad looking chart. I could see the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. It has potential for sure. Worst case scenario, it drops to like $17 exactly before it bounces. Like worst case scenario, at least that's again if you're on the sidelines. If you are on the sidelines and you just watching this one and you're asking about it, again, I'm on the sidelines as well. I'm not trading this one, but I would want to have a position on this one if I see what I want to see on this stock. So long-term bullish on this one. I'm not too familiar with the company or with the with the fundamentals of this company, but the chart looks good in my eyes. So definitely keep your eyes on this one for the near future. All right. Now the next one that somebody asked about, somebody has been asking about XL, like a lot. And regarding the stock, I mentioned it like 5 or 6 months ago about how I wanted it to see it trend over here, and then it broke down and it just went down and down and down and faded all the way down here. All right, I'm not touching this one. Number one, the stock is just so cheap, like really really cheap, and the option chain is not bad, but there's just other opportunities out there that I rather trade. So I'm not involved in this one at all. I don't have high expectations of it. If you are a long-term investor, again, do what you want to do. Again, you're gonna accumulate this regardless, whether it goes low here or low here. You're just gonna keep buying and buying because you have some high conviction in this play. I don't. All right, I don't know much about this company, and I don't like this chart either, and I don't like the contract, so I'm not gonna touch it. Where is it gonna go? I don't really know. All right, there is no reason why this thing cannot chill in here for like 3 months before getting out, before showing something better. But as of right now, zero expectations whatsoever in regards to this stock. Now the next one that we're going to be doing, this one is more like a follow-up on FUBO. And FUBO was a stock that I've mentioned in the last video to watch this thing for a long. I was long on it until I saw, well, the stop loss for me, the mental stop loss for me was 33.50. All right, I got in over here, right there. All right, right over here, and then I actually added 2 more calls over here. And then the next day, the value of the contracts dropped by like 50%. It's pretty much IV crush. That's what that was. And as soon as I saw this thing go down here, I was out of there. All right. So that was my stop. That's where I got out. It went up a little bit, and then it tried to it really tried to do something. And then this was the other indication that you should get out, because this is an opportunity for short sellers right over here. This is where you go in short, and then you cover over here, or you just let some flow through the next day, and then you cover at the bottom. I missed this thing because as soon as I get out, I look at something else. All right, I did not catch this move at all to the downside. But that is pretty much how that trade went for me. I bought 4 calls on there. Let me show you guys the thing. So FUBO, yeah. So FUBO, 2 calls here for 310, and then 2 more calls over here for 300, and then I got rid of them, and I took like a $360 loss right at 8:35, right, 5 minutes after the market opened on the 29th, which is right over here. All right, so that was that one. Now in regards to where is it gonna go next, I have no idea. Again, the stock failed to do what I wanted it to do on on the long side, right? It performed well for the short sellers. Like the setups afterwards were pretty clean for shorts. And even today, Nasdaq was tanking and dragging a lot of stocks down, including this one and other stocks like Neo, for example, which we actually took a trade on to the downside. But as of where this thing is gonna go, I'm not sure yet. It's not looking too good either. It's really not looking too good. It may fall just a little bit more towards 30, and then consolidate after that. But I'm not in this trade at all. Fastly, on the other hand, Fastly, that one is like hanging on a very thin line right over here. The temptation to cut losses here is really great. Like it's really great. I took some profits on the spike, but I still left 8 calls on there for next week because I want to see this thing rebound, and I'm not bearish on the overall market. So we'll see how this one does. If it behaves, it should open up at exactly like $59 and continue where it's supposed to go, right? Because again, this stock has massive upside, a lot of upside, and it's been beaten down for quite some time. So I'm being a little bit patient with this one. If it fails, then yeah, I'll have to take a loss on the calls that are left on this one. But if it behaves like I think it will, it should bounce from that level, and it should continue on to $63 and $65 ultimately to this level right over here. All right, so that's my very honest opinion of Fastly. One more, which I haven't talked about in a very long time, I think I should address. Let's address AMC because it's been a while, right? It's been a while ever since I made a very bearish video, right over here. I think it was like over here. Yeah, warning you all that this thing looked pretty good for short sellers. It didn't do too much damage. Like it went up here, it tried to make it up, tried to push all the way up to the 70s. It got rejected, and now that we're looking at this one again, all right, you should be you should be careful. This is not where you want to be chasing. This is getting a little weak, right? If you look at the bottom, the volume is fading over here. And honestly, usually like the bubbles that I short that look like that are perfectly set up for like waterfall drops, where it opens up just a little bit lower and just tanks all the way down to like 40 or 42. Like this right here would not surprise me. I would not be surprised to see that. I actually want to see that. And then I actually want to see it consolidate at that level for a very long time before being overly bullish on the stock. But as of right now, I'm not hyping this up. I didn't hype it up before, and I'm not hyping it up again. So just be careful if you've chased it over here, because there could be that waterfall drop to bring it down to 42. Again, that's my very honest opinion of AMC. I'm not trying to burst your bubble. Again, I'm just sharing you what I'm seeing. All right, so be careful out there and make lots of money. And that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, helps the channel a lot. It allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you would like to be part of a private Discord, you can find that as the very first link in the description of the video below, along with the very first comment pinned below as well. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me at Paul Nguma and the PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, I left some very basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 15 minutes or less for you to get signed up with all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850 right after you sign up with Weibo using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma, the PATTERNOLOGY LAB. where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video, alright? Enjoy the outro.